everyone, it's Stephanie. I wanted to come to you today with an episode about our decor closet that is in one of my kids' bedrooms. It is a spare closet. It's a really nice space, and I wanted to make sure that as you're watching the video, listen for some tips. I do give some tips on how to keep bugs away from your decor in the warmer months, but I am really excited to share this closet with you today. It's definitely not the most aesthetic space in my house, but it is very functional. Everything I have is in totes and bins, so when I go to look for stuff, I can see right through the bin and know what season it is. So I really hope this episode today is helpful for you when you're figuring out how to organize your home decor and how to keep things categorized in ways that make it easier for you to pull them out around the holidays. So this is a spare closet that we have in one of my daughter's rooms. It's really not used for anything. Each of my kids have their own closet in their rooms, and this ended up being the perfect spot to house all of our home decor. We have everything from Christmas, Halloween, St. Patrick's Day, Easter. So I was gonna take you through that today and show you what's in each of the bins. So for all of our ornaments, I keep them in these shoebox sizes. For the bins, I do not keep them in the large tubs because they get lost, they get broken, and I learned that when our kids were younger, that it's better to keep ornaments in the smaller ones. We have 5 of these. I'm not gonna pull them all out because it's literally just the same thing. It's just kids ornaments and specialty ornaments in these boxes, but ornaments are such a small item that if they go in those bigger bins, they're gonna end up getting damaged unless you're hand wrapping each one. I am not taking the time to do that, and usually on December 26th, when I put all my Christmas stuff away, I am done with Christmas. As much as I love Christmas, I set up November 1st, so my house is for about 2 months full of Christmas. So by that time, I'm ready to just let it go, pack everything away. And what I like about these ones is that I can kind of lay them in there gently. They're not too heavy, they're not getting crushed, but you can kind of see that they're just kind of gently setting on top of there. I love these. Like I said, we have 5 bins that are this size. These are pretty inexpensive too. Target, Walmart. You could do 1 bin per kid. So if you have extra family members, or if it's just you and your spouse, you can kind of label them for you know, what the category is or what the kid or the adult is. We just kind of put them all away because it's fun opening them up at Christmas time and pulling them out as a surprise. But if you want to be super organized, you could definitely label them for each member of the household. I do tend to keep our holiday throws and our holiday pillows in this closet as well. I used to keep the blankets out year round, but the last year I like to switch them into this closet so that in the holiday time, we can pull them out and it's like a fresh set of blankets and a couple throw pillows. And when I say blankets and throw pillows, I mean like 2 of these holiday style ones and maybe 2 or 3 seasonal pillows that might go on the couch or on the kids' beds. This next bin has all of our Valentine's and St. Patrick's Day items. And I don't have quite as many items for those holidays as I do Halloween, Christmas, and Easter. But that's kind of nice. It's not overflowing, and we tend to go a little bit more minimal for those holidays. We don't decorate the entire house. There's just little touches of it. And if you want to see these items in use, I do have some tours of our house during these holidays on our YouTube. If you want to scroll back or go to some of our playlists, and you'll see them in there, and you can see all these items in use in our house. This closet also houses our other 2 faux trees that we have. The green one tends to go in one of my daughter's rooms. They like to decorate it each year and have a cute little tree in their room. And then the white one, it usually goes somewhere on the first floor of our house, like our dining room, our living room, and we just decorate that one for fun. But these are pretty inexpensive trees. I know the white one here was a Target find this past Christmas, and I want to say that one was 10 or 15. And then this one was a Hobby Lobby find, and it does not have lights. Neither of these are lighted, they're just plain. And I want to say this one was about 20. It definitely has been, you can tell these have been in a closet. They're not fluffed out. They're definitely not how they should be looking around the holidays, but that's okay. But it's a nice little spot. These are pretty flexible, so if I need to, you know, push them down more as far as the branches, they fit pretty well in this closet and they're not overflowing into the rest of the house. This bin is housing all of our Easter items at the moment, and these bins are about the 50 to 56 quart size bins that you can find at Walmart, Target, really any house or home decor type store. And these items I'm not actually going to go through because I just went through these when we did our Easter decoration. We just kind of put all these away, and I already knew that the items that were already out were ones that I plan to use year after year. We tend to keep a lot of the same items year after year as long as they're not breaking or damaged. I'm not one that will go and buy a whole new setup for each holiday. So a lot of these items we've had for, I would say, at least 4 or 5 years, and then maybe 1 or 2 items get added each year, but I tend not to go past that. All right, so the bin that I'm going to show you guys now is one of our bins that have our ginger Play-Doh items. I thought I would go through each of our Christmas bins because I know that I'm someone that loves to watch people organize and go through Christmas stuff. That is an old door moving. You gotta love a 1950s house. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the first item I have in here is probably the big kahuna of all of our Christmas items. So this guy is from the Valerie Parr Hill collection on QVC. I think this is the most expensive one I've bought for my Play-Doh collection. And when I say expensive, it really is relative to how you value money and what amount you like to spend on items. But this guy was $43 when I bought it. It does light up on the bottom. I'm not sure if the batteries are still working. Oh, it does. Perfect. So this one is part of the Valerie Parr Hill collection. She comes up with new ones every year, and she has a massive collection through QVC. This is one that I absolutely love because it's just a classic gingerbread house, and I love having this collection to add to, and then my hope someday is to pass it on to my kids and they can split up the collection amongst themselves, or they can keep it and they can share pieces. But this one is one of my favorites, and I will pull out the next one for you as well. So this one is the Play-Doh cake. If you look at it up really close, it actually looks like real frosting. Like it is a true cake that you can eat. And when I saw this one on QVC, I think this one was maybe 20 to 25 when I bought it. Now, mind you, if you know me and you watch my previous videos, I do not buy anything full price when it comes to holiday items, even when it comes to like clothing items or household items. I think because we were and still have been on a budget for so long, it's very hard for me to pay full price for something when I know there'll be a sale at some point. But this guy is probably the second largest piece to our Play-Doh, Gingerbread Play-Doh collection. And this is also from the Valerie Parr Hill QVC collection. But I just love it. It looks like it's handmade. It looks like I took the time to decorate it, but I didn't. And it just adds a really cute touch in our kitchen. We tend to have the Play-Doh set up every year in our kitchen. And I love it because it just adds a little bit of coziness, a little bit of warmth to the kitchen at Christmas time. And I love that it just has that handmade look to it. So these next pieces are ones that I found for my gingerbread collection, and these ones are actually a Hobby Lobby find. These ones were originally $20, and I got them when the Christmas items went half off, or at least 40% off, so I paid around $10 for them. And these ones are really nice because they're a slim profile, so if you want to use them in a windowsill, you definitely could. These ones tend to sit on my kitchen counters with my other Play-Doh items. So the space really wasn't an issue, but it is nice to have that option to put it on a smaller profile windowsill, or if you have a smaller apartment or assisted living type situation, you could definitely fit these in a small spot. Alrighty, so these ones are a little bit harder to hold up. These guys are from Hobby Lobby as well. They are also part of the Play-Doh collection that Hobby Lobby has each year. And these are actually ornaments. If you look on the top there, you'll see a tiny little loop. I cut the string off of those, and these happily sit on my counter next to all my other gingerbread items for our Play-Doh collection. And these are nice and tiny. So if you see the size of my hand, I mean, I think I have big hands, but if you put it in your hand, it's a nice little size. I think my daughter even put these in her room around Christmas time. So these are just the cutest, and they come out with new color schemes each year, but I think I bought 4 of these. So in total, I have these 2, and then I have these 2 as well. So they all kind of go together like a little village. And I like that I have a mix of the pastel gingerbread And then I have a little bit more of the traditional gingerbread. This one is still a little pastel, but some of the next items I'm gonna show you are the traditional gingerbread. So these guys are part of the traditional gingerbread collection that I found at Hobby Lobby. They're just a little mini coffee mug or hot cocoa mug. And these were originally $6.99 a piece, and I got these, you guessed it, probably at least half off through Hobby Lobby. But again, these are a traditional gingerbread color, but they still go with the pastel of the whole collection, which is nice. I like to mix and match them because if it's all gingerbread, to me, it all goes together. Alrighty, so the next pieces I have in the gingerbread Play-Doh collection are these little figurines, and they are from the QVC Valerie Parr Hill line. And these ones I wanna say were, this was a set of 4. I also have a set of 6. I wanna say these ones were around $15 to $16 when I bought them. I believe they were on a Christmas in July special, so they weren't too bad. And you can kind of see they are similar to the other designs that I have from Valerie Parr Hill and the ones that are from Hobby Lobby. So I like that I can have these mix and match from different retailers and different designers, and they still all go together somewhat nice. These ones I'm gonna hold up in sets of 3 because it is a set of 6. It's a little bit harder to hold it. So these guys are also from the Valerie Parr Hill QVC collection, and this was, I'm gonna say between 20 and 25 when I bought it. It's nice they have their own little donut or cookie that they're standing on, but they are a nice traditional Christmas color. I really like these. They go well with the mugs that I have from Hobby Lobby, but they're just a nice addition, and they're a little bit glitterized, so when you have them on in the kitchen, the light hits them and has a little sparkle. This one is the other set of 3 that came with the same set that I just showed you. And same thing, they are the traditional color scheme, and I think they're just adorable. They go perfectly with the traditional colors, but then they have a little bit of whimsy to them with the sparkle as well. Okay, home decor hack for you. So when you store your holiday items, one hack that I learned a long time ago is keeping a bar of Irish Spring in each of the bins. I learned years ago, it might have been on Pinterest, if you keep Irish Spring or something with the scent that's similar to Irish Spring, bugs tend to hate it. Now, we haven't had many issues with bugs. When we first moved into this house a couple of years ago, we had a really bad spider problem in the basement, which we had an exterminator come and they took care of that issue. But since then, and I think this really is the way to go if you are storing items in a basement or anywhere. Like I said, mine are in an upstairs spare closet, so we really don't have bug issues up here. But since this is very inexpensive, I think I found a 6 or 8 pack for under $10 at our local grocery store. It's a little hack if you're keeping items in a storage unit, if you're keeping them in your backyard shed. I know everyone's lives are different and we keep stuff in all different places, but this really is a great way to keep any type of bugs away. Since I've had these in my bins, I've not found one bug in the bins. Occasionally, you know, you'll see an ant or a ladybug on the floor, but this really is a great hack for keeping the little pests out of your decor. Fun little project for me this year is gonna be getting these guys back out. And if you watched any of our tours around the holidays, you might have seen these on our kitchen cabinets. So I wrapped our kitchen cabinets with ribbon and a bow to make them look like presents in the kitchen. And I just took these off and put them in with my Play-Doh kitchen items. So when I open my kitchen stuff back up for my kitchen at Christmas time, they'll already be in the same bin. But I didn't want to throw the ribbon away and be wasteful. So this coming Christmas, this will be a nice little project for me. I'm just gonna go through, take all the old pieces of tape off and retape these to my kitchen cabinets. But I just found a really simple, I love rustic and kind of neutral tones. So I found this ribbon, I think it was either Hobby Lobby or Target. But I found this really neutral one, and we have wood cabinets, so this kind of looked nice. It was like a lighter brown and a darker brown. So I'd love these for our kitchen, but if you're looking for a cute way to dress up your kitchen, but not spend a lot of money, I think I bought 3 or 4 rolls of the ribbon itself, and then I just used, I think I used some Scotch tape, but I think maybe painter's tape might even be better because it's a little bit less harsh than some of the regular clear tape. And then I just found these guys, I think, at the Dollar Tree. So it's a cute little DIY project. It'll keep me busy around the holidays, but I thought I would share that one with you. Alrighty, this next item is our wreath that we tend to hang on our door. And this one I've had, I want to say, for 3 or 4 years now. It definitely needs a little bit of TLC. There's some spots that are a little bit worn, but I love this wreath. I love how simple it is. It's got a little bit of rustic with it. It's one of my favorite wreaths I've ever found. It's not one of the really big and fluffy wreaths, but this might have been, I'm gonna guess, a Hobby Lobby find, but like I said, 4 or 5 years ago. It needs a little fluffing. Maybe this year I'll add some new pine cones or spray paint some of the little berries. But I also use this guy, which I also got half off at Christmas time, and it's just one of the door hangers that holds this. So it's a nice little combination, very inexpensive. I think total I probably spent 20 to 25 on both items combined. I do have some snow globe type items in our collection. So I actually have 3 of these guys. These are from QVC Valerie Parr Hill collection on clearance last year. There might still be some left on their website, I'm not quite sure. But these ones do light up. See if the batteries are still working. So this one is just a family decorating the tree. It has a little motor inside and it spins the glitter and the liquid. So I love these. I definitely put these out with our Christmas village every year. The second one I have is Carolers. I really like this one. We'll check and see if the batteries are still working. Yeah, so this one's nice because it does have carolers in there. The next one I have was very sentimental to me because my dad and I, before he passed, this was years ago when I was a kid, but we would go out and cut down a Christmas tree up until I moved out when I was 18. So I really liked this one because it reminds me of going to cut down a Christmas tree with my dad. I'm an only child, so it's funny seeing a younger sibling there, but this is a really cute addition, I think, to our collection in our house, and it reminds me of my dad for sure. And then the other one we have, my husband picked up last year when we were visiting the Christmas store of New York. And this one is cute. It's a little Santa on a tractor. This one does light up and has the same type of aesthetic. And then this one is from my husband's grandmother. She's 80 years old. And this one is really cute. I think this one is a wind up. We just got this one last year. So it is one of the old shake style. So worried I'll break it. And this one's really cute. It does have the music that's wind up. And you shake it and the snow falls. I love having these ones in our collection. We don't have a ton of snow globes, but we do have enough to where we can make our collection cute and collective, and it definitely sits well nice with our Christmas village. This one I found at Savers, and this guy belongs with the Rudolph collection. So I'm a huge Rudolph fan. Rudolph was my favorite Christmas movie growing up. And this one was a $4.49 find. And this was in their Christmas section. It's got the Island of Misfit Toys character in there. And this one is a really cute one. It's very small, but I love that it's from Rudolph. Goes great with our collection. Okay, so I showed you that without sound because I'm not sure if this is copyrighted or not. But this is the last item in our snow globe collection. It's actually not a real snow globe, but it is one of the air-powered ones. This one actually goes in our bathroom. We do a elf-themed bathroom every Christmas, which I don't know if my husband loves or hates, but he is a Christmas lover too, so I think he enjoys it. But this one's really cute. It's got the elf character in there, Buddy the elf, and then it's just cute. It sits on our little shelf that's in the bathroom. But this was a fun find, and this was a Hobby Lobby find, I want to say 2 years ago at Christmas. Okay, so the next items I have to show you are a set of hurricanes. And if you're not familiar with a hurricane, it's, I think, just a fancy word for glass jar, but this is a set of 3 that I got from QVC. These ones were a Christmas in July find also. I want to say I got the whole set for under $40. They do come with removable lights and a mirrored box, so when you put the fairy lights in there, the box is mirrored, so it just reflects light and it doesn't look like a black brick in the bottom. But these ones are nice. You could also use them as like a flower vase during the year if you wanted to, because it's sealed on the bottom and it is just a regular glass vase. But when they light up in the window, I think these are called the Starry Night collection. But these, usually when they have these out, I think these are also part of Valerie Parr Hill at QVC. These ones come in every color under the sun. I like the kind of neutral tones. I got white because if I want to use them another time of year, I can. But we tend to put these on our windows at Christmas. I think last year we also put it like in the middle of the dining room table to make it really cute. But these come in 3 graduated sizes and they're pretty cute. I love these. The next item I have is going to be our Christmas countdown. And this one, I want to say goes up to 50 some days from Christmas. So this was a Hobby Lobby find. It was $14.99. You guessed it, I got it 50% off. And this one, they tend to have out each year, and I have seen a couple more versions of this pop up at Hobby Lobby in the last couple of years as well. Okay, this next one is not gonna be an easy one to show on camera, but these are our current garland that we use around the arches of the doorways of our house, just kind of through hallways and stuff. These guys were a Hobby Lobby find, and if I still have a price tag on there, I will tell you what we paid. But I want to say these ones were under $10 each. They're not lit up. We tend to have a lot of light throughout the house between the Christmas villages, and then we also have a fireplace in the living room. So I did not want to get lighted ones, and I also didn't want to deal with changing the batteries and remember to turning them off, because I know some of the lighted ones can also get really expensive. So I wanted to go for something that was kind of a natural looking one, but also not breaking the bank. So these ones were, after the 50% off, I want to say around $10 a piece. I believe they are 6 feet garland as well. So these are just, I'm going to say just like the Christmas holly, the little holly berries. But these ones I love. They look great in our doorways last year. And if you scroll back through some of my videos on the shorts or on TikTok or other platforms, you'll see a tour with these in there. So if you know me, you know that I am an elf nut. So I mentioned before with the snow globe that we have that we do an elf themed bathroom every year. And I'm just gonna kind of go through and show you each of the items we have that hang in that bathroom. For that bathroom, I have a bunch of these wooden style decor pieces, and I tend to hang them in the bathroom each year. This whole collection, I think, except one item, was all found at Hobby Lobby. I love Elf. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies, and I feel like it's a newer classic because it came out in the early 2000s. So if you're looking for Elf decor, it's been hard to find in other retailers, at least for me. But I know Hobby Lobby tends to have some of their decor there. More of the Elf items that I found are these cute little plaques that hang in our bathroom as well. This one is "Your face is so pretty. You should be on a Christmas card." This one is the Elf diet. If you've seen Elf, you know. And then this one is "Raised by Elves." And the day that I saw all this stuff hanging up in the store, I waited until it was 50% off, but I was so excited. Because you see a lot of the other classic movies or older classics, so it's nice that they have a newer classic. And this one was a really nice piece too. I was very pleased when I found this one. And then we also have this guy from that collection too. So this one I like. It's a little bit bigger, and this one's a tin sign. So it's a little bit larger, and this one also hangs in the bathroom. And not part of the, actually this one is part of the Elf collection. This one my mom got me. It's the Clausometer. And this one is from Vidler's 5 and 10. We actually have a tour of their store up on YouTube. This is just a cute little tchotchke that sits. This one goes in our bathroom too. And then this guy, I think, was also a Hobby Lobby find, if I can remember correctly. I feel like it's not, but I can't remember where I found this. If I remember, I'll link it below. This one is, my favorite color is Christmas lights, but that kind of reminds me of Elf. That's definitely something that Buddy would say. And then these guys were also a Hobby Lobby finds. And remember, anytime I'm talking about this decor, very rarely or almost never do I pay full price for the decor there because I know it's gonna go on sale. These are not part of the Elf collection, but they remind me of Elf and the art and the very simple Christmas colors. So these also hang in our bathroom as part of our Elf decor. And I do have a bathroom tour I posted a couple weeks ago before this video is posted, and you can see what our Elf bathroom looks like around the holidays. Okay, so real quick, one more thing I want to touch on for the Elf theme bathroom that we do. So I found this idea on Pinterest a couple years ago, and if you go back through some of our videos, you'll see it. We hang little ornaments on the shower curtain. So when you're decorating for Christmas, don't forget the bathroom. It just makes it fun and festive. But these guys were really inexpensive. I think these were Target, Dollar Store, or Hobby Lobby, I can't remember. But they're the elf colors, and I hang them on our shower curtain on the outside, so it looks a little bit more festive in there. But these were such a cute addition. If anyone remembers the store Christmas Tree Shop, I'm so sad that they closed. There was one in Rochester area a couple years ago, but it recently closed. The whole company, I guess, went out of business. But this is like one of the few items I have left from that store. This also goes in our elf themed bathroom because you guessed it, it's the colors of elf. Okay, so we are not super religious people, but I do like to have some touches of the reason for the season. So we have a small nativity set here that goes on our mantle, as well as this plaque. And then we also have a small nativity. Before we moved to California and then back, we had 3 nativity sets. A few of them were handed down from family. One was just one I originally got when we became adults. But I have 3 smaller pieces that go with this. It's going to be hard to hold them because they're fragile. But we do have a couple pieces on our mantle that are the reason for the season, which is the birth of Jesus Christ. But I like having just small touches of this. Okay, the next items that I have for you are a cocoa bar, hot cocoa bar sign. This goes in our kitchen. We have a little tiered tray that this goes on, and I tend to put little containers of items that would go in hot cocoa in our kitchen. So if the kids want to make hot cocoa, they always have marshmallows, candy canes. This was a Hobby Lobby find, $3.99. You guessed it, I got it 50% off. But this was a really cute addition, very inexpensive, and it is one of the little wooden pieces. Now on that same cocoa bar, these ones I got from the Christmas store of New York, that's in Lyons. That's the one you've seen in some of our videos. And they are just little wood plaques that go well with making hot cocoa. So I thought these were a great addition too. And these ones were pretty inexpensive. They were $2.95 a piece. I love that store. They have everything from, like I said, $2.99 to up and above that. So I love these additions because they're small, they're compact, and they're perfect for my kitchen. The next pieces that I have here, these ones I've probably had for, I'm gonna say 4 or 5 years. I got these ones from Hobby Lobby, and these are part of the Farmhouse Christmas collection. I know these were really popular for quite a while. I still like these, and I like a couple of these because they go with these regular snowflakes. So I can keep some of these out past Christmas. It's not necessarily just Christmas, but it definitely has the Farmhouse Christmas, snowflake, cozy theme going on. I have 3 of these guys. I'm not gonna hold up all 3, but I have 3 of those. And then to go with this collection, I have this piece here. Hopefully I don't drop it on myself. And then I have this piece. So this is the whole collection I have for these. Each piece looks to be $6.99 or less, and you guessed it, I found it half off. So this is a cute little addition if you're looking for something more classic or black and white, or if you even have Mackenzie Child as a black and white theme. These would be really cute additions, but they won't break the bank. So this next piece is a Santa that we actually received. We host exchange students, or we hosted exchange students for about 4 or 5 years. And we went shopping with one of our students that was from France at the time. And she found this guy, I think it was at Hallmark or one of the stores in the mall, I can't remember. But she found this guy, and at first I was like, he is a different looking Santa Claus. But my husband fell in love with him, and it has grown on me over the last few years. And it just reminds me of one of those older storybook Santa Clauses. So he comes out every year. He's a very blingy Santa. He's actually my favorite color. My favorite color is turquoise. So he's grown on me a little bit, but he was not my favorite when I first saw him, but it was a gift from her. So we have kept it. We loved hosting our exchange students. We had students from all over the world. We had Korea, we had China, we had Germany, we had Thailand. So it was a really fun time when our kids were younger, and we were in a different house where we could house a few more people. But it was a great experience for us, and I love that this piece is from her. So every year we pull it out, it reminds me of those memories that we made with those exchange students. A couple more pieces that are hand-me-downs from my husband's grandmother are these 2. These are new since last year. They are little cardinal families in the snow globe. So when I said that's what I had for snow globe collection, I lied, because I tried to organize them, but then some of the bins got too full and I had to rearrange. But these ones are the light up ones, and I I don't know if they have batteries right now, so I'll just kind of show them like this. But these ones are really cute. My husband had these on the dining room table during Christmas, and it was a nice little touch. It reminds us of his grandmother, who is now in memory care. But it's a very cute touch, and it's something from one of our loved ones. So these guys are another Hobby Lobby find. If you guys can't tell, that tends to be my go-to place anytime I'm looking for Christmas stuff. I think because they're really affordable and they tend to have a lot of variety for different colors. But I found these guys and they were actually an ornament. I clipped off the string that it came with, and I like keeping the loop on there in case I change my mind and want to use them in a different spot. But I got these ones, they're all 3 different colors. They also have blue and some other colors. And sometimes you can find these in Easter or Halloween type patterns there too. But I like these because they remind me of the vintage Christmas trees that you would find like in the 60s and 70s when those were really popular. But these are another great addition that go in our Christmas village. So I'm gonna get into our Christmas village items now. So the items that I have, most of them are from my mother-in-law and from my husband's grandfather, who's passed since then. But this one is cute. It's a country pub. I know a lot of these older pieces, they don't necessarily have the name of the manufacturer on them, but some of them do come with a little spot where you could do one of the plug-in lights and have it illuminated. I tend to decorate our Christmas village with fairy lights running in between the houses. So I don't always need to light up my house, but it's giving a nice glow around it. But this one's a cute country pub. This next one is a fire station. This one's really cute. A lot of these do have batteries, but it's hard to keep up with them all, so I try to just do the fairy lights in between and it still looks just as good. So these ones here, this one's a school. And these are all porcelain. These are kind of hard to pack away each season, but this one has a little horse and buggy. Love that one. This one is a little kids set that are doing sledding, sleigh ride. This one is actually from my dad. This is like one of the only pieces I have from Christmas collections with him. This one I do want to get a light for. The cord that we had for this one started to look a little questionable. And this is probably almost 40 to 50 years old because this was around when I was like a toddler. So I remember this one was coming out every Christmas when I was really little, and I'm almost 40. So I definitely want to get one to illuminate this because it does have the holes that go through, so the whole thing does get illuminated. That's one of my favorites from my dad. General store. Love this piece. I love all the vintage, almost like Dickens style Christmas village pieces. I think they're just like the vintage Christmas that I love. And the next few pieces that I have, this one is, it actually goes with the fire station. So these two go together. This one is the old style horse and buggy firefighter set. And then this one is a cute one. Some of these have broken or chipped over the years, so I try to keep them until the last minute. But this one actually, I'm surprised, is still holding together so well. This is a snowball fight in between some kids in a schoolyard, which I think is just perfect. This is part of my husband's collection. I think we're gonna make a video of his Hess trucks because he's collected a bunch since he was a kid. This is one of the 2000 miniature Hess trucks. This is one of the first style Hess trucks. And if we're 80s babies, so if anyone was around then, these were a huge collectible item back in the 80s and 90s. And I love this one. It goes in our village every year. This one is another favorite. This one is like a gazebo in the center of town. So this one tends to go in the middle of our Christmas village. This one might look cute with a tea light in the center. I might try to find a battery operated tea light for this one, but I really like this one. It's a big, heavy piece. Hasn't chipped or broken yet. I wish I knew the brand of some of these. I probably could research, I just don't have that much time on my hands. But I love this piece. It's a cute little central town gazebo. This one is just a little Christmas tree farm. Some of the pieces have chipped or broken off, so I'm just gonna try to clean it up and just leave it as is. But another really cute piece to our Christmas village. Show you this side. I love this piece, it's so cute. Okay, and this one is the last piece that goes to our Porcelain Christmas Village. This one reminds me of that scene in Home Alone when the bird lady is feeding the birds in Central Park. I don't think it's supposed to be that, but it just reminds me of that part in the movie. And I just realized the goose is missing its head. Oh my goodness. See, these things are so fragile. I do have them wrapped. I keep a lot of these wrapped in just really soft white fabric, and we use the fabric as like a foundation for the village. But I do have a lot of the pieces wrapped, but every year when I go to pull it out, there's just little pieces missing off of pieces every year. So I probably need to just wrap everything separate in tissue paper. But this one's a cute one. It's a cute little addition to the village. Such cute pieces. This is another find from my mother-in-law, Jolly Old Saint Nick. Absolutely love this pillow. She was getting rid of some stuff and gave it to me, and I could not turn it away. So these guys were a Christmas tree shop find years ago. I've had these since, I'm gonna say 2016, 2017. These are probably the messiest trees I've ever come across. We had much larger ones, but when we downsized, moved to California, we ended up getting rid of those ones because I can barely fit these ones in a bin. These ones tend not to go in a bin. They just tend to be stacked in the closet. But I really like these. I think they're just magical. They kind of give that, you know, winter wonderland fairy vibe. They're just kind of like a netted material, so you can kind of see that they're just a little bit see-through, but they definitely are full of sparkle, and the sparkle is everywhere, so I'm covered in it right now. But I wanted to share those with you. I know I've still seen these. I've actually seen a bunch of these at Savers, so I'm not sure if they're going out of style. We have these on our mantle at Christmas time, and they're the perfect addition to it. It gives a little bit of height to the decor. But these ones, I'm gonna guess were around $5, but you can pretty much find these anywhere at holiday time. The next bin that I have is our stockings and some of our door hangers. So around the holidays, I will put one of these on each of the bedroom doors, even for my kids, as much as they say they don't like it. I like to have something festive upstairs because I do decorate their bathroom as well with just a couple little touches of Christmas. But these were, you guessed it, Hobby Lobby find half off. I think these were maybe $3 or $4 a piece. And they do have a little plastic on the back, like a plastic coating. So you might be able to hang these outside. I don't have the original tag, so I'm not sure if they're indoor outdoor. But these were a nice little touch, not too expensive. But I like them. I think they're aesthetic. I think they're really pretty. And I love that I can just hang these on the door. It's a little bit of Christmas, but it's not in your face. The next items I have, I'm not gonna share our family stockings just because those have my family's names on them and I like to respect their privacy. But I'll show you some of the fun ones that we hang up in our house. These ones are from my husband's grandmother. We got a lot of her holiday decor when she went into assisted living. So these are one of the longer, older style stockings, and I really didn't know if I liked these at first, but I hang these in the window, like in one of the windows in our living room. And I love it because it reminds me of the storybook, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And it reminds me of those old style socks hanging by the fireplace, which these are like handmade. So I'm not sure if she made them. She is very crafty. But I love that it's not something I necessarily would have chosen, but I love that I have added them to our decor. And I'm so grateful that my mother-in-law gave these to us when they were going through some of her items. And then this one I will share with you, this is actually our kitties. This was my childhood dog. His name was Ben. We've had this stocking since I was a kid, gosh, maybe 7 or 8 years old. And this kind of represents, we have 4 dogs now. Don't ask, that's a whole nother video. You can go watch it. It's Meet Our Furbabies. It's on YouTube, so scroll back and you'll find it. But this is the stocking that we use for our dogs. So whenever Santa visits for Christmas, he puts the treats in here for the doggies. But I love this one. It's, gone through a lot with me and our family, and I love it because it reminds me of the first dog I had as a child. So it's a cute stocking. It's lasted a really long time. It's like a woven material. But I keep those ones, these stockings, and then I keep 4 or 5 of these guys in one of the other bins for our holiday decor. These pillows, 2 of them we got last year, and then this one I have probably had for almost 10 years. I love this pillow so much. I got it from, I think, Hobby Lobby, but I actually did minor surgery on it. One of the dogs decided to chew the corner, but I just sewed it back together, and when it sits like on the bench downstairs, you can't even tell that it was chewed. This guy, Target dollar spot find. And this one, same thing. This piece is a door hanger. Tend to put it on like the middle of a door. It's a nice little bell that jingles. This one I probably have had for 4 or 5 years. This was a Hobby Lobby find. Perfect for fall. You really could leave it up year round if you wanted to, but I tend to put it out just around fall time. So we're moving into some more of the fall stuff now. This guy was an after fall / Halloween find at Hobby Lobby. He's a pretty good size. I'm gonna guess he's about 2 to 2.5 feet tall. This guy usually goes on our mantle. I had 4 of these, but then our dogs got a hold of some of them. So I think he is the last remaining one. If I look in our bin, yeah, he's the last remaining one. So he usually, I think as of last year, he was up at the top of our mantle. So I think I got him for like $2 after the fall stuff went like 90% off. It might have been even less, like maybe like $1.50. But great find, super inexpensive. And he does have some weighted feet, so he doesn't just fall over too easily, but he's a cute addition, something simple and not too spooky. I don't really go for like gory, scary Halloween. I like more of the fun fall. I do have some spooky stuff that we put outside, like we put a giant spider, a giant web. But we still have a younger daughter, so I don't want to do anything that's too gory. We do like to go on tours around Halloween. There's actually a neighborhood not too far from us, if you're ever in the Rochester area. It's called Summershire Drive, and they have the entire street is decked out. Almost every house participates, and that is where people go for Halloween because it is every house after house. One plays Halloween movies, and some of them are super scary and some of them are more fun. So I like the more fun Halloween, but it is fun to see some of the scary stuff. But this guy is like the epitome of Halloween. He's so cute. So I don't know what it is with the garland that I have. I don't know how to store garland. I'm not a professional designer. I'm not an interior designer. I didn't go to school for any of it. So when I'm showing you what I have, I'm literally just pulling it out of the bin. So if anyone has recommendations on how to store garland, I tend to just kind of fold it on itself. So when I'm taking it out, the following year, it just kind of opens up. But this is the garland that I have that hangs around our doorways. Like I mentioned, our Christmas garland hangs around. So these ones, again, were a Hobby Lobby find, half off at the, fall time, September, October, I think. I think these ones are 4 to 6 feet. I feel like these ones might be 4 feet, but I love the color. It's very vibrant, and I just love the touches it gives to the inside of the house. This was another Hobby Lobby find. I don't have the price tag anymore. I'm gonna guess it was less than $10, half off. But this one, you just turn on the lights and it glows just like the original ones from the 60s and 70s. These ones I would love to find more of. It doesn't have to be from Hobby Lobby, but if anyone sees these, come back and comment on this video, because these sell out so fast when they go on sale, no matter the store. Because when I went, this was the last one, but I'd love to get more and put them around the house and just have the glow at Christmas or at fall time and Halloween. This guy and this guy are some of my daughter's favorites. She picked these out for her room. This one's spooky, and I'm really surprised she picked this one, but I think it's cute. It's spooky, but it's not like if she picked it out. She's 10 years old, so I think it's fine. But I love how glammed up it is, and that's very her. She likes stuff to be super glamour and really shiny, but it's really cute. And then she picked this guy out too, and I believe these were under $5 at the Target dollar spot. And then this guy, I have another Halloween bin we're gonna go through, but this is one that we tend to put out around Thanksgiving. I think I keep them out all fall, but at Thanksgiving, I like to put these out at the place settings. It's like literally just a soft little plush pumpkin. I think it came in a set of 12 from Hobby Lobby years ago. I know they carry them every year. And I did want to share one more with you guys from that last bin. I found this guy last year. I think it was at Hobby Lobby, where the pumpkin to my spice. And I have a seasonal pillow that I change out. Has a zipper, so I like the idea of doing that instead of keeping a bunch of pillows, but I only have one bin of the holiday pillows, which I'm fine with. I definitely am bursting at the seams in this closet, so I'm not adding anything else unless I get rid of some stuff. Hey guys, I lied. I thought we lost the other scarecrows to the dogs, but turns out they only ate one. So I have 2 more of these guys in our other fall bin. Super cute. Like I said, these were like 90% off after Halloween. And then this one is one of my favorites. If you watch SNL, you will get the reference. Sweater weather pillow. Absolutely love this. This one I bought at 40% off because I couldn't wait to have it, but that's one of my favorites. And then we also have, this one is from my mother-in-law. I love this one. I don't know if it still has batteries. No, batteries are dead. But this one, it goes on our dining room table. I love this one. It lights up with all the orange and purple light bulbs. It's perfect at Halloween. We tend to decorate for Halloween like end of August, but I love this one. This one is my favorite. I've seen this one at Walgreens. I've seen it at QVC. So a lot of retailers tend to carry this one. And then let me pull out a few more. This one, I don't know if I used this one last year. I might have. I think I used this one like on our bathroom door. It's just a gold, definitely needs to be fluffed, but it's like a gold fall wreath. Super simple, very thin. That one's a cute one. Have had that one for a while. And I think I hung these ones on our kids. Yeah, I hung these ones on our kids' bedroom doors last year and they loved it. And we have teenagers too, and they still found it fun. But I found these guys are just really thin felt. They're doing okay for the quality. I think I got these at the dollar store, but I just did a little Velcro patch on the back and they have a small little thing of Velcro on the door. I think I found these at the dollar store. So super simple. It's fun. It's festive. These ones are the garland that goes on our fall tree. You guessed it, Hobby Lobby, half off. I think they were under 10 bucks a piece. I love, like I said, I love the rustic looking pieces. These are just styrofoam with a little yarn and fabric over it. I love these. I think I have 3 that go on our fall tree. Love that it is, the colors shimmer. I love that they just are the colors of fall, especially the purple, like the Merlot color. That one's really pretty. This one my daughter has not finished painting. She's got to finish that for me so we can put it out at fall. This one's a Hobby Lobby one. This one I think came in a set of 3. I found at the dollar store. I think it's really cute. This goes on our coffee table toward the end of our couch. We have like 2 little coffee tables, and this holds like remotes and a tissue box and stuff, but it's like a little tin item. It was it. So now the dollar store, I guess, carries items up to $5. But this was a find. I'm trying not to get the ring light in there. This was a find last year. So really not too expensive. But it's a wipeable. I think we even spilled something in and it was pretty easy to clean. So that's a cute addition. So this is what it looks like all put back together. Each of the bins somewhat neatly organized. If you look too deep into them, maybe not so much, but everything is cushioned. Things have a place. I have certain themes in each bin, which helps. I've got the Easter, patriotic, Christmas, and then fall. So this is what it looks like when it's all put back together. And then here's our ornament containers. Like I said, we use the smaller ones for those, these shoebox size, and they work out perfect. Things break a lot less when they're kept in a smaller space too. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this style episode, and I really want to know what your favorite decor piece was. If you could leave it in a comment below, and also if you can tell me how you store your holiday decor, and if you have any recommendations that you can leave for other people, leave for me, and then just tips and tricks that you might have for storing your holiday decor for breakable items or items that just tend to get broken very easily. I would love to know any tips or tricks that I might have missed in my many years of storing home decor. I hope you guys like this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Merry Christmas! Hey guys, so it's Stephanie after I am done filming the video, and I wanted to be real for a second. So I am really trying to grow our social media, and I am trying to do so by having a space that looks nice where I can film for you guys and explain ways we get holiday decor, discounts, just general tips, because I'm someone who loves watching that kind of stuff. And then holidays are my passion, and I absolutely love the holiday season. But I just wanted to show you the in real life version of how I am filming this, because I feel like a lot of people that are out there are not always, you know, open about their setup, or it all seems really glamorous. But I just wanted to be real, because I am not one of those people that has a huge studio. Maybe someday even an office space would be great. But it's actually kind of funny, so I thought I would share it with you. Let me turn the camera around. This is my current setup. I am in my daughter's room, like I mentioned. I have this closet here for all of my decor. The room does not look like this. I just pulled everything out to film this video while they're at school. But I just thought it was comical, because, you know, you see people filming and doing all these glamorous setups for social media, and this is what it looks like behind the scenes. So even if someone seems like they have it all together and it's just this beautiful setup, this is probably what it looks like behind the camera when they are trying to actually film and make it look aesthetically pleasing. Next to me on this side are the other 3 bins I just went through. So I just wanted to share that little tidbit. And this is, you know, part of my kids' room, so I'm trying to make it work in a corner until I, you know, can get some type of space of my own.